Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I'm going to be going over 10 vehicles that I hate in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now I made a list like this just over a year ago, and we have had some new cars come into the game, and I've also driven a few extra cars, and I've kind of learned that I hate a few more vehicles in this game. Now I've tried not to have much overlap with this list versus the last list that I made that was like this. So we've got a lot of new vehicles on the list that I have found a profound hatred for. Some of them I hate less than others, some of them I hate an absolute ton. Anyways, it should be an interesting list. If you enjoy, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Of course, if you disagree with some of my picks or whatever, consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new. Let's go ahead and get started with number 10. And at number 10, we have the HVY Menacer, coming in at $1,775,000. The HVY Menacer at its core is actually not a bad vehicle, and truthfully, I don't really hate it that much. But it has some issues. Now, the first issue being that it is more expensive than the trade price for the Insurgent Pickup, and you can upgrade the Insurgent Pickup into the Insurgent Pickup Custom so long as you have the trade price for cheaper than the HVY Menacer's initial purchase price. My second beef with the Menacer is that it has basically no ground clearance, so off-road, it completely sucks. It bottoms out, it's really bad at climbing hills or anything of that sort. Bumpy roads even give this thing a hard time. Overall, it's just really annoying to drive off-road, which I feel like for an off-road styled military vehicle, it should probably be able to actually be good off-road, like the Insurgent Pickup Custom or the Night Shark, for example. Now, the other thing that I have a problem with is the Menacer can take less RPGs and less homing missiles than the Insurgent Pickup Custom, as well as the Night Shark, which are its direct competitors. It's more expensive than the Night Shark by about 500k, and it's more expensive than the Insurgent Pickup Custom as well, which is really annoying. The only thing that the Menacer does better than the Insurgent Pickup Custom is the fact that it has a slightly higher damage output gun on the top of it. Now, it does also get access to the same machine guns that the Night Shark driver gets access to as the driver in the Menacer, which is nice to have, but they are pea shooters, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Overall, I just don't really think it's that awesome of a vehicle. I don't necessarily actually hate the Menacer. I think it has its place in GTA. It's just, I don't know why you would ever choose a Menacer over an Insurgent Pickup Custom, or over a Night Shark, or over like a half track, for example, like any of these things. It's just not that good of a vehicle. At number 9, we have the BF Raptor. The BF Raptor is $648,000, and thankfully it is a removed vehicle, so you can't actually buy this anymore, which is very, very good to hear, actually. The BF Raptor is a three-wheeled, like, do I even need to say anything more? It's three-wheeled. It's a three-wheeled two-seater like trike, I guess, but it's like a reverse trike because it's got one wheel in the back. It's got no customization, literally zero, like nothing beyond respray and wheels. That is all the BF Raptor gets. It's ugly as shit. The performance is terrible. It's slow. It handles awfully. There's no redeeming qualities to the BF Raptor, and for just over $500,000, like, you'd have to be kind of insane to buy a BF Raptor, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when things like the Pegassi Tauros that come to mind, exist right off the top of my head. $498,000, it's one of the best SUVs in the game, and it's like $250k less than the BF Raptor. It's like, why does this vehicle exist? It completely sucks. The BF Raptor is, I have a heavy, heavy hatred for this thing. It should have actually made it higher on the list, not gonna lie, but it's so pathetic that I felt like I had to go a little easier on it. Next up at number 8, we have the Zirconium Journey 2 for $592,500 to $790,000. Who asked for the Zirconium Journey 2? Keep in mind, this was one of 5 vehicles that released on day 1 of the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC. One of 5. 5 vehicles on day 1 is bad. And then to top it off, to have the Zirconium Journey 2 for nearly $800,000 or nearly $600,000 if you have the trade price, with like no customization. It got livery options, and it's like clean as opposed to the Zirconium Journey, which has existed in GTA Online forever. You know, the Met RV? Yeah, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't know, man. This was a complete L DLC by ROCKSTAR when it comes to the vehicles that were released, especially on day 1. Like, we got the Overflot Entity MT, and then like two other kind of like mildly okay vehicles, and then the Zirconium Journey 2. I don't even want to talk about this thing anymore. At number 7, we have the Declasse Tulip M100 for $1,658,000. This vehicle is pretty horrifically ugly in my opinion, and it also looks like about 25 other vehicles in GTA Online. Kind of looks like an Albany Emperor if you squint. Kind of looks like the Declasse Impaler LX if you squint. Kind of looks like a bunch of other old kind of 70s, like late 70s, early 80s muscle cars in GTA Online. I just don't know why we needed this thing, to be honest. I feel like we could have, you know, maybe had an updated Dubsta, like a new G-Wagon. Everyone would have liked that. A Trackhawk, everyone would have liked that. The Tulip M100 just doesn't make sense to me. It never has. I don't know why this car exists in GTA Online. It just kind of shouldn't to me. There's so many better options that Rockstar could have picked to add into the game. I will say it's not the worst car of all time. It actually should not be ahead of the Zirconium Journey 2 because I don't hate this thing nearly as much as I hate that. But it's just a vehicle that I just don't know why we got this, honestly. Like it's like it wants to be a drag race car, but it's like kind of half-ass. Like I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. The Tulip M100 just kind of an L vehicle, not gonna lie. Next up at number 6, we have yet another Day 1 Drug Wars DLC vehicle, the BF Surfer Custom for $442,500 and $590,000 for the non-trade price. Again, what the fuck are you doing? This vehicle has no place in this game. It just simply doesn't. We already had the BF Surfer. The Surfer Custom, I will say, at least in comparison to the Journey 2, did get a little bit of customization added to it, which is something. It still is not worth nearly 600k or nearly 450k. I don't know why this car exists. It's so slow too. Like, I can't, honestly, some people are going to try to defend this vehicle in the comment section and be like, well, I really wanted it actually because it completes my hippie garage. It's like, bro, you are one of like 100,000 people that actually likes this thing. Good for you for being unique, I guess, but like, bro, again, Trackhawk, updated G-Wagon, like Aventador, like so many different vehicles that would have been so much cooler, so much more versatile, so much more useful, so much more well-liked than the BF Surfer Custom. This thing just sucks. Yeah. Number 5, we have a brand new car in the overflawed Pipistrello for $2,950,000. It's another electric supercar in GTA Online because we definitely needed more of those, especially one that was slower than the Ocelot Virtue because, you know, redundancy is awesome. The Pipistrello is a car that I feel like shouldn't really be in GTA Online. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool concept. It looks kind of neat. But my biggest beef with the Pipistrello is that almost every customization option on this vehicle was for another car, and they just ported it over and made it work for the Pipistrello, which is very, very lazy to me. Now, I get that they're working on GTA 6 and it's all hands on deck for that. We don't really have time to be, you know, sparing for GTA Online and for the DLC cars and stuff like that. But, bro, the Pipistrello, like, who wanted this? It's trash too. Like, performance wise, it's not the worst car ever. It's actually one of the better supercars in the game, but it's just like, it's electric. There's no like drama with it at all. Like, it doesn't have an engine sound. It doesn't, like, it's just so boring to me. It's like driving a microwave on wheels with a spoiler. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. It doesn't really do it for me. The Pipistrello just, it could have been something way cooler. We could have got like a LaFerrari, an updated Progen T20 for that matter, a McLaren 765 LT, an Aventador, a Huracan. Like, there's so many cars that I would have put in line before I ever would have wanted an overflawed Pipistrello in GTA Online. So yeah, that's that. Number 4, we got the Declasse Impaler SZ, and I can already hear your keyboards typing away. Bro, it's a legendary car. I don't care. It's so ugly and it sucks. For $1,280,000, this car absolutely blows. And also, again, 1 in 100,000 people wanted this thing. I get that a lot of you guys grew up with this car and it's like a cool car to you because you used to see them being driven around, whatever. My problem isn't necessarily even with the car. It's with like the customization that we got for this thing. why did we get like the most aggressive rear drag diffusers and like just the craziest shit, and it just still looks like that? Bro, this car is so trash. I don't understand this. If the customization for this thing was like just different, you know, if they had just given us some more customization, if it wasn't just basically stock or drag car, I honestly, I don't think I'd have that much of a problem with it. Even though I think it's ugly, even though I think it's kind of trash, if you could do anything but make it a drag racer or like a stock car, I would probably like the car a lot more. But the customization on this thing, it's like literally stock or like full-blown race car. That's it. Nothing in between. You can't make like a sleeper build with it. You can't, yeah, I don't know. They just missed with this car in my opinion. I don't really like it that much. Number 3, we got the Vapid Click Wagon. For $1,205,000, this thing is just what? Like, barely anybody remembers the Vapid Click, despite it being one of the very best muscle cars in GTA Online for several years. And still to this day, it is quite a good vehicle in the muscle category. But who the f wanted the Vapid Click Wagon? No one wanted this. Nobody wanted this. Like, I get that it's like a Woody or whatever and like retro, like, but dude, come on. Again, like, there's a list of cars that people really, really want to see in GTA Online, and to give us the Vapid Click Wagon is just like, it feels like a little bit of a slap in the face. I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, it's kind of brutal, but there you have it. That's it for number 3. At number 2, some people are about to get super duper heated. I have the Pentagon Theme for $1,990,000, and of course this does have an HSW upgrade available for it as well, for those of you with HSW on your platform. The Pentagon Theme is a car that is actually extremely good. It's a very, very good car, and the performance is awesome. It's also got a Monty tech, it's fast and everything, but it's the same thing with the Pipistrello. It's like, I would have way rather seen the Renault 5 that this thing is like based off of, but the actual Renault 5 with an engine, not an electric car. It almost feels like Rockstar is like pushing the electric agenda on us in GTA Online. Like, it's kind of crazy to me. We've gotten so many electric cars over the last couple of years, and to be honest, I'm just kind of done with it, man. I would like to see a Renault 5, like just a regular Renault 5 would have been so cool to see. Don't get me wrong, the Panaud is kind of a cool car. I don't fully hate this thing. I just really hate more so what it stands for, like all this electric car stuff. The thing is that really drives me nuts about it though, is that they made it so good. And this car, to be honest, has no right to be as good as it is, I don't think. It should not be like the number 1 or number 2 sports car in GTA Online, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I just sound like I'm hating right now, and honestly, I think I am, but I can't be the only one who just hates this car. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the Panaud. I can't deny the performance. The performance is absolutely incredible. It is a great car. Generally, it is a great car. Genuinely, I think it is actually a phenomenal vehicle. I just kind of hate it and hate what it stands for, to be completely honest. Starting off our dishonorable mentions, we have the Starling. The Starling goes for $2,750,000 to $3,657,500. The Starling itself is an okay plane. It's arguably the best dogfighter in the game. Starling nerds are the worst people in the GTA Online community, as I've stated multiple times, and they will be in the comment section down below, so grab your popcorn and get ready to watch them, because they are going to go into full panic mode. It's not that cool. You're not cool for being able to fly it. It's not special. You're not special. Shut up. That's it for the Starling. Next up, we got the Pegasi Tesseract for $2,850,000. The Tesseract can't go around corners. It's electric and it's really fast in a straight line, and their cope is going to be that it does not get affected by catch-up. Don't care. Still can't go around a corner. Not a fun car to drive. Too futuristic. Reminds me of Fortnite kids. I don't like it. And last but not least, we have the Grotti X80 Proto for $2,750,000. The X80 Proto is trash. It has different downforce depending on the direction you're driving on the map, which is really broken. And it's too futuristic looking. I don't really like that. Also, some people seem to think that the Grotti X80 Proto is like Rockstar's gift to like humanity, and think that it's like the best vehicle of all time because it's the one that you get by default in a lot of stunt races, because it's the vehicle that was newest at the time when stunt races came out. There's a lot of cope in the air with the X80 Proto fans. It's a complete piece of shit. That's it for the dishonorable mentions. On to the number 1 vehicle that I hate in Grand Theft Auto Online. It is, of course, the Vapid Slam Truck. The Vapid Slam Truck goes for $1,310,000, and you want to talk about a disappointment? Holy shit, the Vapid Slam Truck is a disappointment. This thing was slated to be basically a tow truck in GTA Online. You can drive a car up onto the back of it and drive it around. Just kidding. No, you can't, because it does not get anchored on. You can have a player inside it. You can have nobody in it. It doesn't matter what you do. That car is going to come off, and it's going to come off in like about 10 seconds after you start driving. Complete and utter disappointment. This vehicle has no place in the game, especially if it can't even do what it is supposed to be able to do. I hate the Vapid Slam Truck, and yeah, that will never change. The Vapid Slam Truck, probably my most hated vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online, honestly, overall, other than the Starling. But that's only because of the Starling's community. They're so toxic and awful. But the Slam Truck, it genuinely actually just sucks. So there you have it, guys. That's been it for 10 vehicles that I hate in Grand Theft Auto Online. Technically like 13, but dishonorable mentions don't even count, so whatever. If you enjoyed the video, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new. Comment some vehicles that you absolutely hate in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.